great afternoon, day, evening, depending on where you are. I want to talk about, since this is where I'm located right now, here at the center of creation, somewhere right here. I want to talk about, I'm going to get the old map where you can see where it was just four land masses. It was four like semicircles around the North Pole, the the magnetic mountain, the original map, because I believe, because I'm looking at the moon phases, and I believe we're about to enter the 1,000 years from when April 2nd is Liberation Day. In the original calendar, April 1st, that's why they call it April Fool's Day. It's a day of rest. It's when the moon phases and the sun and the real firmament clock that's happening, it takes a rest on April 1st. So I believe 1,000 years of peace is on the way. I think it starts on April 2nd. So that's why thank God, thank you, Father, the Board of Education is being defunded, and it was just executive order signed yesterday. We're going to end the Board of Education, and we're going to teach the truth, because people being lost in space and the Gregorian calendar has caused all of this, and it's all based on globalism, and it's based off of propaganda, and that's going to be corrected. But what I need people to understand is that the false prophets, the false prophecies, and the fakeness, they're still hanging on by a thread. And a lot of them want forgiveness and they want to be corrected, but a lot of them have big egos. So we're going to have to correct those ones who don't want to be corrected anyway. So basically, I'm saying, like I said before, and I've been saying it, we have to agree to the victory. You cannot let people who resonate in deception explain to you what they think and what they want to happen, because that's part of their propaganda. Like I said, I don't believe in Armageddon. I believe Armageddon. You know what? I know Armageddon. I don't have to believe in it. Armageddon is a mountain. So all these people who are misconstruing and adding to the word, who haven't properly translated it, who have they've deleted and added to it, created their own version of it, and they have this fear campaign behind Christianity and Judaism and the whole situation. Okay, I'm not gonna include, it's the whole world, all right, because God put through his only son to change the world, okay? So if you don't believe, I believe, honestly, I do believe. Like, when I used to have the dreams, I know that's why I was commissioned to be here. Like, when Jesus is ready and when he returns, whether people want to believe it or not, doesn't matter. It's not going to be no second crucifixion. It's going to be what Revelation, or what apocalypse really means, is revelation of truth. So people need to realize, this is what I'm trying to say. The old map was already four solid masses. And then Revelations, the sixth in Revelation, I don't know what chapter it is, but in Revelation, the sixth veil, they talk about how when there was the moon was blood red and the sun was dark, or no, I'm paraphrasing, excuse me, I don't have my Bible with me, so, but I think that happened already 1,000 years ago. And that's why these people are trying to confuse you and make you believe that we are headed into Revelation and Apocalypse and all that. No, 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 no. That's why there's so many false prophets. That's why before there was fake news, there was false prophecy. All right? And I believe the Bible is valid. That's why I say like the only Bible verse I can think of right now is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son for those who believe may not perish eternal fire. That's the only one I can memorize right now. That's the only one I can recall. So, well, I say the Bible is a daily. I can read I can read the same Bible verse on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. Doesn't matter what day it is. I could read the same verse and get it in one part. Like the beginning of the one verse will give me one reflection or one inspiration, something that I need for that day. And then I'll read it again 2 days later, and then I'll read it in a different way, and it'll help me inspire me for that particular day. So that's why I'm saying, like, just memorizing is good. Trust me, I love people who can memorize. It's like the things that I don't remember, like if you can memorize, like, but just to memorize it and to act and to pretend is what I'm saying. So the people who have been trying to push this, what do you call it? What do they call it? I don't even know what it's called. I don't even remember it. It just started. Like I was a little kid and they started saying the thing's gonna happen and all that. The rapture. I don't believe in no rapture. There's no such thing as a rapture. That's propaganda to make you. That's like what I'm saying. Okay, to enforce my original theory, we need to denounce heliocentric sorcery and man's version of his story, because it's called his story because they got you all believing in nonsense. The Christopher Columbus is a real man, but that whole story is been butchered and made up differently. There's there's certain, maybe he's not a real character. I don't know, but Christopher Colombo, he's from Italy. That's a real man. But I don't know if the timelines were right. He was probably coming here, probably got paid by the Vatican to reset the maps and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's what he was part of. Okay. But long story short, what I'm saying is denounce heliocentric sorcery. Know that we are at the center of creation. That's why people are trying to push their apocalypse and their uh people who don't know how to interpret revelations. I've had dreams of revelations, and I think like I don't know, we can prevent it. I know that we can prevent it because we're close to that 1,000 years, or it's already about to start. So I don't know. That's a good question because I do it because the old dreams I used to have the recurring dreams, and then I prayed to stop having them, and I don't have them anymore. So the people who believe in globalists, who are lost in space, who have no truth, they're all based in deception, and they fall into this propaganda. And that's when they want this artificial war. But that's not going to happen. It doesn't have to happen. If people are given the truth, they know, hey, once you see my creation, you can no longer deny my existence. You know what I mean? Because that's what I believe. From the chest, from the heart. When I say I believe, when I hit my chest, it's like truth. I feel it. Like, you know? So, yep, I think that's enough. Have a blessed day. But yeah, what I'm saying is this map is after. I think this happened after Revelation 6, the sixth veil. I think it already happened. And they're trying to. That's why history repeats itself, because you have these bloodlines who are trying to control the narrative, and they're slowly helping humanity now because they know that's what they are originally intended to do. And if they don't want to do what they're supposed to do, then we're going to forget about them. You know, that's probably the best way, easiest way, safest way to say it. All right, I love you all. Have a blessed day. Remember, we are at the center of creation, and today is the first day of spring. It's the what they call it, the spring equinox. Have a wonderful day. I love you all.